Hey there, YouTube fam. Welcome back to the channel. It's Kaizen Trading, and I'm thrilled to have you here for another weekly analysis video. Today we've got NQ and a breakdown for how NASDAQ kicks off 2024. But before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any future content. And to my returning fam, you know the drill. Hit that like button, share the video, and let's jump right into it. Hey, welcome everybody. I'd like to start off with the monthly chart, just draw your attention to something real quick. I'm going to go over to my object tree, and you can see over here I just have a monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly markers. This is what I use to mark up the charts and to find points of interest. Let's go ahead and look at the monthly real quick. Okay, so back over here we had this order block that was placed. Uh, this was ran up into liquidity. We had a monthly candle that closed above it, and then we had this run up as the second run on liquidity, and then this candle closed below this order block. Okay, confirming that, and then you can see the following months moves up to equilibrium and then expanded away. Okay, we had candle bodies that came up to equilibrium of this monthly order block, which took some external liquidity, came back down, held CE of this monthly fair value gap, and then we expanded through this order block. I'm looking for price to return back down into here. We have confluence with a monthly mitigation and get back to this equilibrium and have price held by the equilibrium of this monthly order block. So just something I want to draw your attention to. From here, we'll go ahead and take a look at the weekly and see where price has gone. Okay, here we have the weekly. Real simple. Weekly candle ran up, ran liquidity. We had the top of this that ran liquidity. This is a confirmed order block now. If I take this and I draw a box on it real quick, we'll just come all the way over here. You can see that the weekly just ran up into the weekly order block, this last weekly candle. Okay, so more confluence for why we had the rejection. I want to draw your attention to this weekly fair value gap. Here's CE of it. We ran above it into the weekly order block, rejected, and candle bodies held the fair value gap. Okay, we do have some candle bodies that came into the bottom here, which is what we want to see for price to rebalance some of this on the way down. I also want to draw your attention to, we have this marked, the weekly wick from last week. And so we're going to look at some areas of confluence on the daily and the hourly in this specific area. All right, jumping back into the daily chart. Okay, we see candle bodies come up into the fair value gap just above CE on the daily and then reject away. This daily candle came up into liquidity. This ran the top of that, just like we said on the other ones, closed below. That's a change in the state of delivery. This is a confirmed order block. We had the initial run back up into it. I'd like to see some candles maybe come back lower here, return above 50% of that wick, tap into this order block, and then continue to move away. So I'm looking at like a Monday, Tuesday low, Wednesday, Thursday to Friday, and then NFP Friday to take us lower. That's what I'm looking at for the daily. If we look at some of the structure below, okay, we had this consolidation and this next move up. Very nice rally here into a higher time frame point of interest. Run on liquidity, second run on liquidity, so we should see some lower prices coming back down to rebalance this area. All right, so next we'll move on to the hourly chart in this area. If we take a look at the daily markup, I just have this was a daily fair value gap. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this to see how price reacts if this eventually holds price below it. Okay, so we just have that marked out there. We also have this candle closed above this area of consolidation. So this started a new dealing range. Okay, so I'm looking at this is a very nice target for price to move down to. Previous high turn support. So lots of areas of confluence for price to return to. We do have this right here where this is a order block. We have candle bodies that go into a fair value gap, institutional order flow. Okay, candle bodies in a fair value gap, candle bodies in a fair value gap, institutional order flow, the low gets ran out, and we have nice expansion away. In our Discord group, once we have this price action happen right here, every day I was telling all the members in our group, what are we doing? We're buying the dip. Every time there's a retracement, we're buying the dip to go long. Okay, and we're hunting higher time frame buy side liquidity. So we had some really nice moves, really nice plays, taking this all the way up. We had some Tesla calls that we swung as well. So just knowing how price action works can be very helpful. Again, all these wicks into the fair value gap. What do we get before the move up? Candle bodies into the fair value gap. That's institutional order flow. So make sure you pay attention to things like that. All right, and finally we have the hourly chart. Okay, we still have our weekly points of interest marked up here. So we know that coming up into here would be a tap into the daily order block that was created, as that was just above equilibrium of that weekly wick. This area has been balanced. Okay, we had a confirmed order block right here, which price ran back up. A couple moves into premium, and then we had the subsequent low resistance liquidity run. I'm looking for a rebalance in price to come back up here. I'd like to see it continue rebalancing down here. Again, on the hourly, we have a run back down on sell side. Okay, candle bodies down there, close above 50% after it runs the bottom, and then we have an expansion up. Okay, so I'd like to see price come down and finish balancing this and work its way back up. So this is what I'll be watching for. I'm looking for price action to happen in that sort of fashion. Every day is going to dictate what we're looking for, but I'm not keeping a strong bias onto how price decides to deliver. And what I mean by that is the weekly profile. Are we going to get a Tuesday high of week, or are we going to kind of get the secondary, almost like a seek and destroy, where we get that secondary reaccumulation before price really delivers another low resistance liquidity run. So we do have NFP Friday coming up next week. So that's a big catalyst for price to move. We also have a shortened week with Monday not being a trading day. So just things to keep in mind. This is what I'm watching for. This is how I go through my higher time frame to lower time frame analysis, and then I look for trades on the 5-minute chart. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody and you learned something. Thanks for tuning in and listening to what I have to say. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a safe trading week, and we'll catch you later on the next one.